Hello and welcome again to another one of my sessions. This is my channel, Straight Talk to You, Lifestyle Straight Talk to You. And thank you again for coming on board. My purpose is to kind of pay it forward, not kind of, but just to pay it forward to folks who are really interested in making some lifestyle changes, because that's how it all happens. I always like to say, when I first start briefly, that I was a former bodybuilder, former personal trainer, had my own personal training business. And now I feel, because there was, in my opinion, a disconnect, that people really didn't look at the full picture until recently, actually, honestly, if you ask me. And so I'm on the lifestyle change side now, being a lifestyle coach. And my name is Vern, or Vanetta, doesn't matter which one you call me. And today, this session, I want to talk about procrastination, because to me, that's across the board. Procrastination, even if you're talking about what you do in the morning, what you do at work, what you do in the gym, or whatever kind of routine, physical fitness routine you happen to have, or even if you don't have one, that's a reason why you're procrastinating. It's amazing. Folks are so busy that simple little things we don't want to take time out to think about and brainstorm and to change. And then we complain about stuff not working. Well, if, like they say, the definition of insanity is if you keep doing the same things in your life that are not working and you expect a different result, then that's just crazy, because it's not going to happen. You have to be ready to make the change. So today I'm going to talk about procrastination, and it can really derail your life if you're not paying attention to the fact that you do it often. And there are a lot of reasons why people tend to procrastinate. Myself too. That's why I know it firsthand, because I'm not exempt. And when you recognize that you're doing it, this is when it's a defining moment. It's a defining moment when you recognize how many things you procrastinate with. And that's the time when you have to say to yourself, I'm ready to make this change. So here's some of the reasons why, and I'm going to just go through them. People procrastinate. First, it could be stress related. Again, I said in one of my previous sessions that we are so busy living our lives is that it can be extremely stressful. I know there's a certain amount of stress that's supposed to be good for you, but when you get to the point where you feel like you are in fright mode all of the time, it's a problem. You need to change it, because stress does affect your health. It's going to affect your health. And if you can't take care of yourself, if you cannot make sure that you remain healthy, then you can't take care of your family members. So it's key, especially ladies. I know we have some Mr. Moms out there. Now you guys can appreciate how we've been feeling as women for forever, forever. Yes, indeed. You have a lot on your plate, so it's important to keep your life organized, or you will just go crazy. So stress is a big key factor. Anxiety and fear is another one. I know I can relate to this, because with anxiety and fear, they say that it's connected to possibly you being criticized about maybe a project or a way that you may be handling something. So that's another reason that we procrastinate, is because we are dealing with a lot of anxiety and fear of being criticized about something. Another one is knowing, or the lack of knowledge, or not knowing how to take on a big task. That could be another reason why we procrastinate, because, for example, when you may be at work, you've been given a new project and you don't know much about it. So it's a big deal, because now you have to do research to try to figure out what the heck you're going to do. And if you're busy, if you're like juggling, I wish they had the picture. It was like I'll just say a female, and she just had arms of an octopus, and she's juggling all kinds of things. And so if you don't have, oh my gosh, your life together, it can be another reason to procrastinate with certain things, because it takes too much time to try to learn something new. But guess what? You got to put the time in. You got to put the time in. So here's another reason that it may be too involved, or it's a lot of things that come into play that will depend on whether you get this done well or not. Another reason also is because we're just still very comfortable in the space that we're in, but we may not be being very productive, or we're just not meeting our goals, or we know we need to change things, but we just haven't taken the step to do it. Here's a key one: time management problems. I mean, I don't know how many folks out there have taken a time management class, or even just something that's just a quick refresher. I mean, it is key. It's key that we know how to manage our time wisely. And sometimes you just have to take some things off your plate so that you can make room for more important things. So it's a process of being able to take some time out for yourself, sit back and analyze yourself, your life, your entire life, and look at some things that you may be able to eliminate and other new things that you may be able to bring on board. I don't know why we always think that, well, not always, but some of us think that we just don't need to make these types of changes, but sometimes you do in your life. Here's a big one: being tired. I mean, I used to say that was my middle name, Vernetta Tired, and then, but gosh, I mean, it's because we put too much on our plates, and it's because we don't get enough sleep. And it's because we don't know how to say no. And it's because we just maybe we don't use our time wisely. So, and I'm not saying that we won't be tired yet. Yeah, of course you're going to be tired. But if you find yourself more tired than usual, then no, you're not. I'll use myself for an example. If I know I didn't take the time to clean up over the weekend, when I start to come home during the course of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm looking at some stuff that I know I need to be dealing with, but it just is glazed over. It's glazed over because I'm like, I'm too tired. I'm mentally tired. I'm physically tired, and I just don't want to deal with that right now. So now a week has gone by. A month has gone by. Who knows? And I'm still looking at it like, and you need to deal with it, but I'm like, when do you plan on dealing with it? When are you going to deal with it? It's got to come to some point in your life where you got to say, okay, stop right now. Today, at this moment, this is when I'm going to deal with this, and deal with it and get it out of the way so you can move on to the next project. I'm guilty of it. That's why I can talk to you about it. All of these things that I'm talking to you in my session about, I've already experienced them. I've lived them. So I'm telling you, you got to make certain things a priority in your life, or they're just not going to get done. Lack of motivation is another reason why we procrastinate. You got to ask yourself, why aren't you motivated to do what you need to do? It's key. And so many key things. So many things are key. Why do we lack the motivation to do what we know we need to do during the course of our day? That's a personal question you have to ask yourself. Here's another reason why we procrastinate. Got to wait too long to get the results. I know I try to calm down now, but when I was younger, I was just too impatient. People just weren't moving fast enough for me to get things done. And I'll give you an example. When I used to work in the government, I feel like I've come full circle. When I was younger, it's like I don't have patience for this. This whole process, it takes too long. You're in a position and you gotta I'm just saying you're trying to get some documentation together so that it can be signed by the executives, but you got to have 5, 6, 7 people look at a document, and all these folks got to edit the document, and then it's going to come back to you again because everybody want to put their little 2 cents in, and I'm like, I don't have patience with that kind of stuff. So it's a key reason, why we procrastinate. It's because it takes too long to get things done. Today we want things to be a quick fix. Everything in life is not a quick fix. Everything in life is not a quick fix. Sometimes, doing things quickly can screw up a lot of things. So it's just very interesting. Some of these reasons that reasons why we procrastinate. And I'm sure you're probably in that category somewhere. I'm sure out of all the things that I talk about today, everybody's got at least one of these items on this list. Lack of a desire. Is it lack of a desire, lack of motivation? It could be around, in the same category. Here's another one. When you got a big new project at work, or in your workout routine, you don't know where to start. It's totally new. You have you have no clue of where to start. So now you're procrastinating because you don't know what you're doing. You got to go talk to somebody who you think may know, who can give you some advice or whatever. But all these reasons, it's like if I can't start something quickly or try to get an answer quickly, or if I can't, finish this quickly, then I put it off. Here's another one too. You just keep breaking promises with yourself. You say, okay, I'm gonna, I don't know, I'll say lose 10 pounds. But then you don't really have a good plan in place to know how to lose those 10 pounds. So you're going to keep putting it off. Well, you got to figure out, you got to do some research. You got to ask some people who have wisdom and knowledge and experience in whatever the topic or, thing that you're trying to get done. You got to know, you just got to know where to start. You got to know who to talk to. You got to do some research. And so these little things can help you with your procrastination or whatever it is. Gosh, and here's a really big one too. I can relate to this. We procrastinate because we did badly before. So now that anxiety and some other things kick in because you did badly before it, whatever it is they're asking you to do again. Well, this is it's a learning opportunity. Now, just because you were bad at something before doesn't mean that you can't be better or great at it in the future. You got to keep practicing. You got to keep studying. You got to continue to learn all you can learn about whatever it is, a project on the job, a new workout routine that you're getting into. You can't just I'll just use gym as an example. Even when you first start, you can't just walk up in there and start something and think you're going to know how to do it. You can really hurt yourself. So you better either come with some knowledge, or you better reach out to a personal trainer or something to that effect, because you could really hurt yourself. So you just can't just go and do things blindly. So here's quick ways of how to stop procrastination. First, you can put things on your calendar, regardless of what it is in your life. Put it on in your calendar. Use your Google Home Assistant, whatever technology that you have on your watch. You can use your notes section in your phone, but you got to be able to set it up where you can be reminded on a regular basis of what you need to do. Even if you have to put it off for another 15 minutes or so, put it off for another half a day, you need to have it continually remind you until you get it done. Peak times. You got to recognize whether you're a morning person, afternoon person. You got to know your peak times during the day. And for me, I'm a morning person. So I'm going to get all of my top priority things done in the morning, because I know that I'm going to wind down in the afternoon. So these are just key things, people. I'm telling you, it's across the board procrastination. And you could just sit back and look at yourself and look at some of the things you promised yourself. You broke your promises time and time again with your life. And you want to wonder why you haven't been able to move forward. Well, the problem starts with you. Sorry, the problem starts right here. Right here it starts. And so that's where you got to start to get it fixed. It's a real quick and dirty kind of look at why we procrastinate. But I think there's some great tips. All right, folks. See you next session. You got homework. I'm going to say it maybe as often as I have to get you for it to click in. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you next session. Bye.